Hello my dear friends, welcome to BioGoogle. In this video, I would like to discuss about the structure of a chloroplast. Right. Firstly, we will see the structure or the diagram properly. Okay. As other cell organelles of a plant cell, the chloroplast is made of two layers, or two membranes. So firstly, we will draw the two membranes properly and completely. Okay. So overall, the structure of the chloroplast is oval. The structure is oval in shape. In some plants, the structure also varies. This is the outer membrane, and next to this, the layer is called inner membrane. Outer membrane and inner membrane, and the two membranes are parallel to each other. They will not vary in distance between the two membranes, right? And better let's label from beginning only. So the outer membrane, the next layer is inner membrane, and the space present between the two membranes is called periplastidal space or intermembranous space. Okay, better let us periplastidal space or intermembranous space. And whatever this is fluid present inside the chloroplast is known as a stroma. Whatever the fluid present inside this is known as a stroma, right? Or sometimes it's also called a matrix. It's called a matrix, right? Inside the matrix there are small sac-like structures arranged one above the other. So here there are many groups of these sac-like structures in each chloroplast. Each chloroplast has one to hundreds, thousands of these sac-like structural groups, right? In this group, each sac-like structure is called one thylakoid. Okay, so this is the one unit of chloroplast. Thylakoid is like a one unit of a chloroplast, and here the group of thylakoids is called one granum. Group of one thylakoid is called one granum. If it's plural, it's called grana. Plural form, it is called grana, means many granum, right? And here in the stroma there are hundreds, thousands of grana in each chloroplast, and those grana are interconnected. By the membranous structure or the membrane that is called intergrana. The membrane is called intergrana. Or it's also called the intergrana means stroma lamellae or intergrana means this is the connecting link between the two grana, one grana, two grana, and this membrane will connect between these two grana. This intergrana will connect between these two grana. This intergrana will connect between those two grana. Like that, every granum is connected to other grana by the help of a stroma lamellae or intergranum, right? Here we all know that the chloroplast is called semi-autonomous cell organelle. Semi-autonomous cell organelle means If it is autonomous, the chloroplast would have prepared all the proteins by itself. It would have prepared all the proteins by itself. But the chloroplast can synthesize only about 70% of proteins. The chloroplast can synthesize about only 70% of the proteins, but for other 30% of the proteins, the chloroplast depends upon the nuclear DNA. Okay, means depends upon the nucleus present inside the cytoplasm. Right. Then what about the 70% protein? The 70% of the proteins are synthesized by the chloroplast itself. These 70% of proteins are synthesized by chloroplast itself, just because the chloroplast itself also contains its own DNA. The chloroplast contains its own DNA that will help in a transcription and a translation. When there is a process of translation, there must be the protein factories. There must be the non-membrane bound structures, what we call them as ribosomes. These structures are called ribosomes, right? So since they have their own DNA, the DNA is called plastidome, and they have their own ribosomes to synthesize for about 70% of the proteins. But ultimately it cannot synthesize all kinds of proteins from itself, hence it will also depend upon the nuclear DNA for other 30% of the proteins, right? And for information that the chloroplast contains photosynthetic pigments. The chloroplast contains photosynthetic pigments. The pigments such as chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, sometimes xanthophylls, and some carotenoids. Okay, having a blue, bright green, etc., and various other colors. Okay, so by the help of all these pigments, the chloroplast is able to perform a vital process in the plant life that we call it as a photosynthesis, right? Photosynthesis. So this is the major function of the chloroplast, right? Since the plants are autotrophic, means the plants can prepare their own food by photosynthesis, by using the natural light, the water mineral from the soil, carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and by photosynthesis the plants will release the oxygen, okay, and some amount of ATP molecules. Okay, so I think this is enough for this video. See you in the next video. Until that, keep learning. Bye bye.